Good morning, everybody. It is me, Taylor, with another daily video for you. Today's topic is not all that serious. It's just weather. I was thinking about it because it's so hot here right now in Florida. It's ridiculous. It's like you go outside and you feel like a damp rag the second you step out because it's so hot. I grew up in the north, in Illinois, and there were snowbanks. I mean, it was cold 6 months out of the year, and we had, actually real seasons. In the fall, the leaves would change. In the winter, all the leaves would fall off, and then, and we had a decently warm, hot summer in Illinois. I remember as a kid, the snow plows would come through, and the snow would be so high we could build igloos. And my dad, when he would drink, when we were kids, when he used to drink, he would take beers outside, and when they were warm beers, and he'd shove them in a snowbank right next to the front door to get them cold real quick, And I remember that. Since I was 19, though, I've not lived in any northern states. I've lived in the South. I've lived in Texas. I lived there for 14 years. Then I lived in Alabama for 3 years. And then I lived in Florida for the last 3 years. I lived in Georgia for a few months. I much prefer, out of all the states' weather, I would say, that I've lived in, is Alabama. Because it's really, nice, and the humidity isn't too high. And it's nice year-round. Whereas here, it's beautiful. I mean, beautiful place, but it's so humid that you can almost not breathe when you walk out with the heat. Texas was probably the hottest, though. It would get over 120 sometimes, but it would be a dry heat. And the critters in the different states, in Illinois, we had garter snakes and daddy long legs and banana spiders. Those are those big black and yellow ones. And then in Texas, we had tarantulas and rattlesnakes. Those were the worst. I hate them both. And then Alabama, we had little lizards. And here we have the little lizards, and we have little frogs, and they're cute. I love those little critters. And but we have, the citrus trees. We have the orange and the lemon, and we have lots of palm trees, because really our seasons don't change much. I mean, it's the very coldest of the year. It'll still get into the 50s in the daytime. And sometimes I miss being able to wear my long sleeve shirts, because I have a bunch of them, but I can't really ever get a chance to wear them in this state. So it is what it is, but I prefer it here for my pain level. I mean, I have friends that prefer it in the north, like my friend Chris. He loves the snow. If he had his way, he'd live in Canada or Alaska, but it's just really expensive, to live there. But he can't breathe very well in the hot states, and for me, the cold states are hard on my body for my pain, even though I don't really like the heat very much. It is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad. I'm okay if it's in the 70s and 80s, but when it gets in the 90s with a humidity of 100, it's like, whew, crazy. But, so anyway, my question of the day is, where do you live? What kind of seasons do you have? And what kind of critters, do you have that are native to your state? And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.